There appears to be parity in college football, but is this real parity, or is this Georgia and Bama having offensive struggles without generational defenses? I would argue both. And one of the reasons is because of NIL and the transfer portal, because 6 weeks into the season, we could have the most potential national championship winners than any season in recent memory. Kids don't want to sit. And they want to get paid if they can. So if you're sitting the bench at Ohio State, Bama, Georgia, USC, or wherever else, and somebody has a few $1,000s in endorsement deals and a starting spot waiting for you at Duke, Kentucky, Utah, or wherever else, you might be tempted to take it. And technically, this is an inducement, which isn't allowed, but until the NCAA can stop it, it's the written law of the land. This does create volatility for the top tier programs, that same volatility that college football fans are subjected to, but it makes the on-field games more exciting. Texas Tech had Oregon down late. Boston College almost upset Florida State, and Notre Dame took 60 minutes to put away Duke. Colorado versus USC was close. Georgia, South Carolina, and a bad Auburn team. And Duke, they beat Clemson. So here we are headed into week 6, and the top 30 teams in the AP poll all have a legitimate opportunity to win out and make an appearance in the college football playoff. Last year, at the week 6 mark, TCU was at number 13, and this year the team at that spot is Washington State. And if the Horned Frogs can make a run in 2022, why can't the Cougs this year? Why can't Cam Ward be this year's Max Duggan? They got Oregon and Washington on the schedule, so they'll have a shot. Now, on the other hand, it does suck for teams to continue to lose star players to the portal for teams that always have the ability to reload, like USC raided Arizona last year. But what happens when a star player at USC feels over-recruited through the portal? They get to move on. That's how Oregon ended up with Gary Bryant, C.J. Williams at Wisconsin, and how Cortland Ford is the starting right tackle for a currently undefeated Kentucky Wildcats team. But one of the pushbacks to the portal and NIL was that it was believed that it would kill off the impact of group of 5 teams, because the moment that a player balls out at their school, you're going to have coaches in their DMs or their parents' DMs. But what seems to be happening instead is that group of 5 kids are playing better than they ever have for 2 reasons. One, because they're incentivized by not being locked into a school for 4 years. And number 2, the gap between high 4-star and 3-star players is so small that exposure is the main difference. Look at Wyoming, sitting here at 4-1, who was tied with Texas going into the 4th quarter. They're about to host an undefeated Fresno State team on national television despite losing so many players to the portal. And this team was supposed to be dead after losing so many guys. And Fresno State should have fallen off after losing Jake Hayner to the NFL, but the portal allowed Jeff Teffer to go out and get Mikey Keene from having to sit on the bench at UCF, and now they're right back in the mix. And look at what Fox Sports did this weekend. They thought that matchup was compelling enough to push Iowa State versus last year's national championship playing in team, TCU, to FS2 for a group of 5 game. Can you believe that?